10 Best Places to Visit in Vietnam. Vietnam is one of my favorite countries, packed with history, stunning landscapes, cultural highlights, and amazing food. It's one of the most exciting destinations in Southeast Asia. We hope you find our Vietnam tips and guides useful in planning your travel, vacation, or holiday in Vietnam. Plan your sightseeing with our list of the best places to visit in Vietnam. 1. Ho Chi Minh City. No visit to Vietnam is really complete without a visit to Ho Chi Minh City, the buzzing and crazy commercial hub of the country. The streets are an insane clog of motorbikes and cars, the restaurant and cafe scene is incredibly cosmopolitan, and the shopping is the best in the country. Check out the old district of Dachau for some of the best surviving examples of the city's French colonial architecture and also to visit the Jade Emperor Pagoda. The Reunification Palace was the residence for South Vietnam's president. It's famous as the spot where North Vietnam's tank stopped on April 30, 1975, officially ending the war. Nearby is the War Remnants Museum, which paints a disturbing picture of the brutality of war and the many atrocities committed by U.S. forces during their Vietnam campaign. 2. Hue. One of Vietnam's most historic towns, Hue is packed to the brim with relics from the reign of the 19th century when emperors. Sitting along the banks of the gorgeous Perfume River, the imperial enclosure is a huge site set within walls that sprawl for 2.5 kilometers. One of the nicest ways of visiting a collection of outlying sites is by taking a riverboat cruise on the Perfume River. In Hue, be sure to try local specialities of salt coffee and bun bo Hue. 3. Nha Trang. Nha Trang is a coastal resort city in southern Vietnam known for its beaches, diving sites and offshore islands. Its main beach is a long, curving stretch along Tran Phu Street backed by a promenade, hotels and seafood restaurants. Aerial cable cars cross over to Han Tre Island, and the nature reserves of Han Moon and Han Tam Islands, reachable by boat, have coral reefs. 4. Halong Bay. If you are looking for a magical location in Vietnam, then you cannot go past Ha Long Bay in the north of the country. With emerald green waters, limestone islands and mystical caves, all while touring on junk boats, Ha Long Bay is a must-see destination. It is certainly one of our favorites in Southeast Asia. Sleeping on a junk boat, while doing day visits to floating villages, taking rowing tours, and getting to jump off the boat into the cool refreshing water, is so relaxing and fun. A cruise like this gives you a great insight into local living while seeing nature's beauty up close. 5. Hoi An. Beautiful Hoi An is the most atmospheric city in Vietnam, with bags of surviving historic architecture. This incredibly picturesque riverside city is something of a tourist hotspot these days. The old town quarter is a joy to explore, packed to the brim with well-preserved merchant houses that date back to the 15th century when the town was a major meeting point for Japanese and Chinese merchants who flocked here for the local silks. But Hoi An's true charm is found in simply walking around the old town streets admiring the well-preserved buildings. My Son Sanctuary, Da Nang, and Marble Mountain are a short day trip from Hoi An, and Hue is accessible by tour, bus or train. The nearest large city, Da Nang, which is a beach town, is about 45 minutes away. 6. Chu Chi Tunnels. An absolutely fascinating experience for all travelers, not just those interested in Vietnam's modern military history. The Chu Chi Tunnels are an extensive tunnel network that during the war, stretched for more than 250 kilometers, allowing VC troops to operate and communicate in the area surrounding Ho Chi Minh City. 2 short sections of the network can be visited with a guide who'll take you down into the narrow unlit confines, which definitely are not for claustrophobia sufferers. You will literally be crawling on your hands and knees at some points. You can access the tunnels at either Ben Din Village or Ben Duoc Village. 7. Mekong Delta. The far south of Vietnam is where the mighty Mekong River finally finds its way to the sea in a maze of waterways that crisscross the floodplain. Incredibly lush, with paddy fields and mangroves, and full of local life, with chaotic floating markets to explore by boat, the Delta is one of the most interesting regions for travelers to discover. Can Tho is the most popular town to use as a base as it's close to the floating markets of Phan Dien and Cai Rang, while boat trips from Ca Mau allow you to explore the U Minh Mangrove Forest and Cao Mau Nature Reserve. 8. Phan Nha Ke Bang National Park. One of the best places to visit in Vietnam for caving is the World Heritage listed Phan Nha Ke Bang National Park. The most popular destination within the park is the Paradise Cave, which extends for a staggering 31 kilometers below ground. The yawning caverns here are truly spectacular. Tu Lan Cave is a wet cave, and a visit here includes swimming through the cave system's river. The other most popular excursion is to the Phan Nha Caves, where the interior is accessed by boat. You can access Phan Nha Ke Bang National Park from Sun Trot. 9. Sapa. The rice field countryside surrounding Sapa, bordered by the jagged peaks of the Hoang Linh Mountains, are home to Vietnam's most beautiful rural vistas. The deep valleys here are home to a diverse mix of the country's ethnic minorities, including the Hmong, Yai, and Red Jiao people, while the hills are terraced with rice fields and overlooked by the country's tallest peak, Phan Xipang Mountain. This is the top trekking destination in Vietnam, with options to trek or day hike between tiny villages and experience the staggering mountain views. Sapa town is the main base here, an old French hill station that is now a bustling and growing tourist center that is a stark contrast to the tranquil countryside right on its doorstep. Within easy reach of Hanoi, by overnight bus or train, Sapa is now one of Vietnam's most popular tourist destinations. For tourists, the big draw is the chance to trek along Sapa's stunning valleys and mountains. Taking a multi-day trek between village homestays gives you the chance to immerse yourself in a slower pace of life. 10. Hanoi. You haven't experienced Vietnam until you've visited its noisy, vibrant capital city, Hanoi. Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, is known for its centuries-old architecture and a rich culture with Southeast Asian, Chinese and French influences. At its heart is the chaotic Old Quarter, where the narrow streets are roughly arranged by trade. The motorbike frenzy, pollution, and constant clamor of street vendors can get too much for some travelers, but if you want to dive into Vietnamese city life, Hanoi is the place to do it. Learn about the country's revolutionary leader at the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum and Palace Complex. Take a stroll around Hon Kiem Lake where locals come to exercise and relax. No trip to Hanoi would be complete without sampling its famous food delights. Dishes such as a banh mi sandwich or the city's signature dish, bun cha. 11. A free bonus place, Ba Bia National Park. Ba Bia National Park is stunning with the three interlinked Ba Bia lakes at its heart, rimmed by jagged limestone peaks and thickly forested slopes. Most visitors come here to take peaceful boat trips or kayak on the lake and explore the caves full of stalactites and stalagmites. There's also excellent hiking and trekking in the hills here between ethnic minority villages.